And human rights activists in the U.S. have slammed Barack Obama for signing the new National Defense Authorization Act. They claim the president has failed to deliver his campaign promises by passing the bill that allows the indefinite detention of citizens without charge or trial, and also by failing to close the Guantanamo prison camp. This comes despite Obama's own threats to veto the new NDAA from prohibiting the closure of the notorious prison camp. Dennis Kucinich, member of the House of Representatives of Ohio's 10th Congressional District, is now joining me live for more analysis on this subject. Congressman, thank you very much for being with us. Now, what does this bill mean for the average American?
Well, it means that we're spending upwards of $600 billion for an expanded Pentagon presence, for more war in Afghanistan, and for proliferation of war in Yemen and Somalia and other places. We have a lot of problems here at home that we're not taking care of. We have massive unemployment. People are losing their homes. People are losing their retirement security. And I continue to say that we have to start emphasizing taking care of things here at home instead of developing a bigger footprint around the world as far as our military presence.
Now, they're at home. People can now be taken into custody without charge. What does this say about the human rights situation in the U.S.?
Well, there are great human rights concerns here, that people could be held indefinitely, violates a constitutional privilege that people have. We have a constitutional challenge here, where not only the National Defense Authorization Act, but the Patriot Act and other legislation have gradually moved America away from a robust freedom to a more limited freedom that is based on proscriptions by the government. This is more than problematic, because what has always made America America is the fact that we follow our Constitution, and we protect our Constitution, and we protect people against unreasonable search and seizure. We protect people against being seized without a right to know the charges against them, or a right to an attorney, or a right to a trial. We have in the past condemned government being involved in spying. Now we have a much broader spy network. This is something that is profoundly anti-democratic. I have repeatedly taken exception to it as a member of Congress.
Now, human rights groups have urged Obama to carry out a veto on this. Now, he has even said that he would veto this bill, but why has he now signed it without any amendments, despite his previous promises to veto it?
Well, you know, I can't explain the president's actions here. All I can say is that since 9/11, this great country has taken a turn towards fear. And when you have a lot of fear in a nation, it causes a nation to lose some of its vitality. And a fearful America is an America which will continue to expand its military footprint globally. I think that America must work with Russia to get rid of all nuclear weapons. We must work with Russia to see if we can put an end to, come up with a peace plan for Syria. We must work with Russia, which is a great nation, to find a way to create peace not only in the Middle East, but throughout the world. We have to have a different vision for the country. Right now, we're much more of a garrison, and a garrison plus a powerful military which keeps asserting itself globally. And it doesn't make America any safer, and frankly, it doesn't make the world safer.
Now, in terms of back to Guantanamo, part of the president's campaign promises and many promises have been to close the Guantanamo Bay base, yet the notorious prison remains open with no end in sight. What is the main obstacle here?
Well, this is the president's decision, and it's important for the president to follow through on the commitment that he made. We have to keep in mind that what Guantanamo represents is something extrajudicial, something that is outside of our judicial system and outside of our Constitution. It is against America's values, and that's why it is urgent that the President reclaim his authority to close Guantanamo and move forward with the disposition of the individual cases of those who are still there.
All right, appreciate your thoughts on this. Dennis Kucinich, member of the House of Representatives of Ohio's 10th Congressional District. Thanks for being with us.